it's true. There is a lot of information out there on how to start your own coaching business. And sometimes there is too much of it, right? It comes as too much. And sometimes it's misleading. It's possible. And sometimes it's conflicting. Some people are telling you one thing, some people are telling you something else, and they are all experts. So it is very confusing. All of this makes it look like this is something overwhelming and scary. And I'm here to tell you it isn't, and it needn't be scary. Right? If you don't know where to start and what you need up front, it's difficult, right? You need at least an ingredients list before you start creating a recipe. And you're here trying to make like, wedding cake for the Queen of England, right? And you never baked in your life before. It's going to be a difficult process, but at least today, if I give you the ingredients and the order that you need to put them together, I want you to know that this is going to take time, and time is something that you need to allow for, however time it will need you to get everything in place. First of all, it doesn't need to take too long. So don't be put off by this statement that it needs time, but it doesn't happen overnight. So even if you don't know what your calling is, even if you're not sure how the other people will resonate with what you have to say, and whether you want to do that one thing for the rest of your life, it is still a possibility for you to make something successful out of this, but you need to try. And how do you try? First thing I would say is that we need to understand that we need to be a coach to ourselves first and foremost. We cannot teach, sell, or model anything that we don't believe in or practice ourselves. So this has to be something that is on your heart, something that you already do, something that is really there. Whenever you close your eyes, you can talk about this subject, passionately. And that's probably something that you have known deep inside you, even if you perhaps avoided it, right? As many of you will know, we need to connect with our deepest why, because that is the only thing that will keep us going and keep us doing whatever it takes, right? Otherwise, when difficult things come up on the path, and they will, you will have inclination to give up, because you just think, I'm not cut out for this, or this is too hard, or I need ABC, I need money, I need something to make this happen. That is not true. But you need to be connected with the deepest why inside you, because it is only that thing that will keep you where you are, that won't let you give up. Even if your mind is saying, I'm going crazy here, can't figure out some things, right? I want you to know that it's not your job to find clients, right? They are there. They are there. Trust me, they are there. You have to do, and this is your first job of the day. After you connected with your why, you need to broadcast. First, you need to craft and broadcast then a clear message so that your people can recognize you in an instant. The moment you say first sentence, you will be eliminating everybody else who isn't resonating with you, and only the people who resonate with you will stick with you. So don't ever be put off, oh, there isn't a crowd of 300 people here listening to me. What you want is the right person in front of you. That's what you want. And you get that not by chasing and hunting them down, but by broadcasting a clear message from your heart. This is who I am, this is what I stand for, and this is how we can work together. And if they recognize themselves, then they will step forward and say, yes, I do want that. Or they wouldn't. I mean, it's absolutely a fair game when it comes to that. So let's see now the ingredients for successful coaching business, to give you a bit more of a structure. Number one, genuine desire to help people to transform a certain aspect of their life or business. A genuine desire. And I did say to help people because your people will be a different group than my people and Angelica's people, right? So we all have an ideal group of people to whom we can serve the best. So I say people, but you will not say I help people. You will say, like I do, I help disruptive leaders. That means somebody who thinks outside the box. Angelica helps multilingual moms of young children. She is very clear on who is her target audience. And so do you. Have to be absolutely clear and have a genuine desire inside you to want to help them. Number two, the ingredient number two is time to organize yourself. So you have to give yourself time to organize yourself and put in place the structure of this business, which starts with foundation. So you need to lay these things before you even open the doors. This is the work that you need to do with yourself. That is your core values. You have to be certain on that. And you have to work on your mindset. So you have to be absolutely on a solid ground building this business up. Then you need an offer that you're going to start with. This is not your final offer. This doesn't have to be something complicated like a course. That's something that you can build on. But your offer has to be simple and clear and straightforward way how to help somebody to overcome something from A to B. Don't start from A to Z because you're going to get lost from A to Z. There is many steps. Try just to close the smallest gap for somebody who hasn't figured out how to do this for themselves. Try in a simplest, most straightforward way to help somebody. That will be your starting offer because it has to be compelling. It has to be clear. Then you will need a vehicle through which to deliver this. Usually, this will be a Facebook group, right? So use the social media platform that you already have, that many people use. Many, I say many, it's like billions of people use. So it's already there. You don't have to search for your people somewhere in the ethers when you can find them on Facebook easily through other groups and such. You can also deliver your content. If you don't want to do it through Facebook, you can have your own website. That will take you a bit longer to structure and organize. So the starting time will be taking you longer than if you do it from Facebook. And Facebook is enough, by the way, to start a business. Or you can deliver classes one-to-one. It can be in person. It doesn't have to be on the internet, right? So that is the second ingredient, is time to organize yourself and put in place the structure, starting with the foundation, which is your mindset, having a clear offer, helping them with just one thing, taking them from A to B, closing that gap, the smallest gap, in the most straightforward and helpful way. And then the vehicle, choosing the vehicle in which you're going to deliver this, whether that's a Facebook, your own website, or one-to-one in person in the coffee shop, or in their home. Number 3, once you start having clients, you will need to contact your local government and receive some sort of information pack to register as a business. As a coach is probably self-employed, right? So I can only tell you what happens in England because I live in England, but that's not going to be helpful to you. You need to get in contact with your local authority, and they are very helpful. They want to help you. They will have the pack prepared and they will send this to you. If you're not sure how to interpret these things, you have to contact a solicitor. There are people whose job it is to advise you on these things. It is simple. You can follow it yourself. You don't need a solicitor. But if you're uncertain and you need advice, then you need a professional to guide you there. And I will say that usually you don't need to legalize anything when you're just planning. As you find your first client, as your first client has handed you over the money, when you actually see, I can do this, then you need to contact them in those initial stages. And again, that's how it works in the UK. But if you're somewhere out, you need to, make sure that you're informed for your country. Number 4, eliminate talking about on any subject that isn't related to what you are doing or offering. You can choose not to listen, but trust me, this step will save you probably 2 years in the start. You want me to save you 2 years? I'm telling you, eliminate subjects that are not connected with what you are offering. Just talk about that subject. Pick one subject. It doesn't mean you don't have to talk about anything else. You can talk about things that relate and always narrow it down to your subject. Number 5, give people more than they expect. And leave everyone glad that they had a conversation with you. Even getting to know you conversation. It all counts towards building the trust and giving without expectation. You are training yourself how to do something, and they are seeing who you are. They're seeing your values. And people feel good when you don't jump on them straight away, when you don't tell them what you are selling, because we've been bombarded with these offers lately, right? So give them something, offer them value, show them who you are. And then if they want to work with you, they will know and they will ask for that. Or you can mention, after you've given them value, you can mention that you do go deeper in one-to-one if they work with you. Obviously, if you see that you can help them, you don't offer just anybody. That's the important point to make, right? That's actually number 6 that I noted down here. Didn't want to forget. So I said, when appropriate, you want to mention what you do and offer help if you know that this is a potential client. And you will always know. You will always know if you can help this person, because the values have to be aligned. For me, my ideal client is somebody who takes action, Somebody who says, yes, I will do this, even if I am scared, even if I don't know what is the next step. Have you seen how Angelica responded to Creative Sparks today? She's somebody who is clear that she wants what's best for her in her life, and she is ready to take action. She takes swift action, and she takes full responsibility for her own success in life. She is the ideal client that I know I can help, because somebody has to be ready and willing to do this for themselves, right? And then that's a dream. That's an absolute dream to work with. I want to close this by saying, never doubt yourself, but always question yourself. Trust your perfection inside you. These are big words, and I stand by them. Yet always look for the ways to improve, because you can always improve, even though you're already perfect. That is my answer in general. So take a look and go through these ingredients that I have given you here. And if you still feel compelled, if you feel that this is something you want to do, then give me a call, because just get in touch with me, because I will give you an hour of my time to talk through specific things for you that will help you know where you stand. Then you will have a clearer picture. How far are you from that starting line, and whether this is something that you want to do. But I promise you, this is something that you can be successful in. But you need to identify those things. Yeah. If you nail them, then it's not scary. It's not overwhelming. In fact, it's so much pleasure. It's so much reward that you receive in doing the work like this, like nothing else. You help somebody to transform their life for the better. There is no bigger reward in this life, right? That is my answer, and I hope that is serving you and that it helps you. Thank you, Angelica, for taking notes here in the class.
Right.
Yeah, I hope that, as always, that you have found some value there for yourself as well. As I said, many of the people in this group, most, if not all, are entrepreneurs or are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs, and they're all creative. And just imagine what kind of contribution we are going to leave in this world. It takes hard work, but there is a lot of joy involved. There is joy unparalleled to anything else.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any questions with this? Because I know that this subject hits close to heart as well to you. And we've been over several things here with you and I, because we've been working together now for 2 months and more. How does it sound to you? Do you have any questions on this?
Really interesting, as always. I'm always taking notes. I want just to say one thing so important for me, that most of the time before I was going to describe or find the meaning or give anyway, let's say describe the word fail or a failure. But since thanks these exercises with you, that I deeply understood which one is my why, I really believe, and it's something that is writing down on me, that doesn't, when you find your why, doesn't exist anymore. The word fail or failure on the path for myself. For me, the word that is exist is time. That's it.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Exactly. And that's one of the things I said, the timing is not in our hands. We can work on being ready. And when we are ready, the right person is there. That I promise you. But the timeline is in your hands. The more you narrow down your focus, the quicker you're going to get there. The more you align yourself with the right community, with the right people who are doing something along the lines that you want to do, the quicker it will be. But how long it will be, it's up to you. It's up to you, and the timing is never in our own hands, right? We have to go with life. But when we step out and when we do things, life rewards us, and it comes much quicker than we think. But if we just sit here, and think maybe one day, then that one day is not going to come anytime soon. That is just how it works in life and in coaching as well.
Thank you.
No problem. It's such a pleasure. I just wanted to ask you, how much progress could you say that is possible to achieve, like in 2 months' time? How much progress from the start line to where you are now at this moment? Because taking in consideration that you are with me for 12 weeks, this initial period, and we have a goal for those 12 weeks, how do you feel now?
I'm in a position that I never thought I could be, but not because I was seeing so far. It's just because I couldn't imagine that could exist.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just, if you have any question, if you have something that is moving you inside, I think that you just need to give yourself the possibility to go for it.
Yeah.
Because everyone deserves.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves to live the life that we really want to live.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it. It is just, not everyone can understand.
No.
And not everyone can live. But if you want to give the honor to yourself to do it, you need just to jump in and step by step. And as I've done it, I'm going so far and so quick without realization. But I'm so feeling blessed and happy and calm on what I live. No stress. That is already such a good and amazing payoff. So thank you, and thanks to you. Thanks to me.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. That is just what happens. It's the magic of this when you do it at the right time for you, and when you connect with the right person as well to work with. So it accelerates things. Could you achieve this by yourself? You absolutely can. You just have to be aware that it's going to take you longer that way, because it's a trial and error. You need to try some things to realize this doesn't work. But if you want to, climb the mountain, you might as well go to somebody who's climbed that mountain before you. So they tell you exactly, oh, that side, there is a river, don't approach it from that side because you need to swim before you can start climbing. Go from the other side. It's easier path is just like these and these and these obstacles. And they give you a map of the place. And then you feel more confident and you get there faster. It's just how far you want to go. If this is a serious dream that you want to fulfill, then give yourself chance to do it, right? If this is like a hobby or something that you're sort of interested in, then you don't need a guide. You can just feel around in your own time and see how far you get, right? That is all that we have time for today. Unfortunately,
if I can.
Absolutely, yes.
that you can study, you can teach us, so you can teach, you can get so many information but from books,
Yeah.
but how much you can learn from a real connection that is based on pure feelings, pure joy and love.
Yes. Yeah.
Unconditional love.
Absolutely.
That is so many years that you can get in
Ahead.
like
Yes.
ahead.
Yes. Yeah. You can get faster to those people who are waiting for you to help them. That's it. That's the basic. How long you want to keep them waiting? And how long do you have to fulfill your dream? Because we don't have the promise that we will be here tomorrow. So the pace, how fast you want to get there is up to you. And these are the options. So you asked me a question and I tried to answer in depth in the time that I have. Obviously, this is a subject that we can go on for hours, but we don't have that time here. And if you have any more questions, feel free to either post them in the group or send it to me. And yeah, you're always invited to have that talk with me to see a little bit more closer examination. Are you ready now to dive in? Okay. Thank you. And keep creating, because I will be back with creative sparks when we're going to start the ball rolling. Enjoy today's exercise. I know you will, because you and I are in for a long run with this. So lovely. Thank you as ever. Thank you so much for being here. You are so lovely. Thank you.
You too. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Angelica. Thank you.